So it's another year, meaning another Dragon Ball Z game. I'm honestly not going to go over the story of Dragon Ball Z because if you don't know what Dragon Ball Z is about, then you're living under a freaking rock. Basically, point is bad guys show up and good guys need to power up and fuck some shit up. That's basically how every arc goes. So we'll skip the actual detail of the long-running anime series and just talk about the presentation for this one. It's probably some of the best presentation for this anime in some time. Budokai, the very first one, despite having a so-so battle system, really did have very good presentation. And although 2 and 3 in that series got better gameplay-wise, the presentation kind of died down. This is the first game in some time with the feel of Dragon Ball Z, facing off against giant monkey Vegeta or running away from bad guys on Namek with Gohan and Krillin really gives off that DBZ feel. It's a shame that the roster is so small, making a lot of the smaller, though some really epic battles, just completely vanish from this game. Regardless, you'll still get good presentation and get to relive all those special attacks in the show and those scenes and everybody transforming to Super Saiyan Billion. Also, the updated visuals of Dragon Ball Z look excellent and makes me really want to watch Dragon Ball Kai. I gotta get on that. Voice acting is decent enough and the option to switch to Japanese is always a good thing for fans like myself who grew up with the Japanese bootleg tapes and not the Funimation dub. I actually like the dub, but I grew up with Japanese, come on. Overall, if you still wanted the presentation to be top-notch for a DBZ game, you got it. But at the same time, it's Dragon Ball Z story presented again after 100 times. So it's kind of a good thing and a boring thing.
And now it's my turn to wipe you out.
The game is damn pretty. Yep, damn pretty. I mean, Dragon Ball Z games always seem to have done a good job of capturing the spirit of the anime. Sure, some of the games took the liberty of making them look like super CGI models, but overall, the models have always been pretty top-notch. The newly destructible environments look great, and though it's sad to see that it mostly goes into the background when you begin fighting again, it's still awesome to look at. On top of that, the effects all look pretty damn sweet, movements for the most part are pretty much top-notch, and it offers a wide range of different stages, which is always a welcome addition. Overall, Dragon Ball, like always, doesn't disappoint on the graphical side, unless you count that shitty PS2 game that was like an adventure RPG, that looked like horse shit, but this does not. Now, the gameplay is kind of the most interesting and ambitious thing I've seen from a Dragon Ball Z developer in a while. I'd like to rename it Dragon Ball Z Heavy Rain Edition. Basically, every single fight feels like a gigantic quick time event. When you fight, you have to either be close or you have to be far, making a far range battle or a close range battle. Far range battles are basically just key blasts and specials. When you get close enough, you'll engage in close combat warfare. Now you're asking, what's the difference, right? Well, here it is. Using the Xbox controller, you'll hit X to begin a combo. Once you hit X 3 times, it'll either let you choose X or Y to continue your combo string and make it a rush attack. If your opponent guesses the same button as you, he will counter it, making you just fly back. If he or she guesses wrong, you'll continue the string by just pressing X or Y, depending on which one you chose in the first place, and a directional button to continue the rush string. You'll beat the living fucking shit out of the person you're fighting and just smack them all across the stage. And that, my friends, is really the entire gameplay.
I think you're done for. Take this!
Seriously, if you do enough combo rushes, you'll eventually build up your special meter and be able to unleash a special, and then eventually your ultimate. The game decides not to let you abuse them, so you'll have to build up the meter instead of just powering up your ki. So then you're asking, well then what the hell is the ki for? Well, if your opponent unleashes a special, mattering how much ki you have, you'll either be able to block it, or you'll be able to evade it, or you'll be able to battle it with your very own special. It all depends on how much ki you were able to store before your opponent unleashes his special. The only other difference is sometimes in story mode, you'll be thrown into events that are pretty interesting, like fighting Vegeta as a giant ape form in a boss battle definitely separates it from the normal battles. Plus, who doesn't like to recreate the fight scenes from, you know, the anime? I thought so.
It's one massive ape!
While the gameplay is interesting and definitely a big twist on the Dragon Ball Z series, and making some of the most epic fights in terms of looking at it, it really lacks any real substance. You're basically are playing a gigantic QuickTime event or rock, paper, scissors or a guessing game. It's the guessing game that I'm pretty sure fighting fans will laugh at and dismiss this game entirely. And I have to be honest, the gameplay works pretty well for story mode, but once I hopped online, the whole gameplay becomes a guessing game, which in my honest opinion just isn't fun, and that really hurts the overall gameplay. So story-wise and single-player-wise, it's a lot of fun and looks great, but once you hop on the versus, it really lacks everything in terms of fighting.
Go!
No, you don't!
So far, you're probably thinking, wow, he sounds a bit mixed on this title, and honestly, I am. I think it's a good title in the sense of Dragon Ball Z getting proper presentation. If we have to relive the damn story for the 100th time, at least make it epic and interesting. I think Ultimate Tenkaichi has done that. But, on the flip side, any substance in the fighting system that was in Budokai or Tenkaichi is completely absent here. It feels empty and strays a bit too far away from the fighting formula that we are known to have in a fighting game. For fans of the TV show or looking to relive their favorite moments in Dragon Ball Z, this offers that. For fans who are looking for an engaging versus Dragon Ball Z experience, look elsewhere. This game does not support that. I enjoy it more than Burst Limit 2, way more, because I hate Burst Limit 2, for it actually has a story and some awesome cinematic fights. But it's missing the flair and depth that the older Dragon Ball Z games on the PS2 had. For now, I reward a 6.5, and will state it's worth renting for DBZ fans out there who want to relive their favorite moments, but for everyone else, this game is lost in the crowd of excellent games and games coming out very soon in its time frame.
Give it up.
What? You're quitting?
何が起きても気分